Good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 for Monday, July 24th, 2023. The market has moved back into a being more difficult to actually figure out and count. And that leaves us basically in the same position, excuse me, that we've now sat in since last week. Since this high, which came on Wednesday midday. From there, the market appears to have done 3 down. And you can see today, early, I decided I'd put the 4 there, which does put it inside of my new 5th wave if this is what's happening. But the patterns themselves have not been all that striking in terms of really putting in what I would think is going to come next. So the market continues to waffle around here. Excuse me. One moment, please. There's a lot of pollen getting in my house. In any case, sorry. So I've decided I'm going to label this a 4 because it is 3 down, and then we started to rally, but we've now successfully only rallied up in 3. So the outside here, both sides of this picture, ABC A, ABC B, which doesn't really fit because we'd be looking for 3 down followed by 3 up to be more of a flat, not a 50%, right? And that's pretty much what it's done. Now, if I leave this as ABC 4, 1, 2, this started the 3rd. We have a little bit more to go in the 3rd. Hopefully, the 3rd wave might get us back above 4609. Make that new high, pull into a 4th wave, and then do the 5th. Now, often we see that blow off in the 5th wave. But this has been such a struggle ever since we reached that high to even get close back above 4,600. So it still leaves a lot out there in terms of what is the market doing. So I'm leaving that 4 right there. I'm going to try to count it as a 5. I'm leaving open the option that the market has really only done A, B, and we're going to come down in a 5-wave C. Now, if that were to be the case, we're kind of looking at this. We drop down to 45.40 again, or not again, but that would be the area. Come down in a C wave, and this 4 goes over to here. That continues to be the do not break zone, 45.24. So we're going to have to allow for this. And it comes in tomorrow at some point. And then we begin to rally, possibly because tomorrow, don't forget, we have Google and we have Microsoft. So Google and Microsoft report tomorrow. Both should be, Google was not so exciting last round. First quarter, they weren't, they did okay. They didn't lose, they didn't make, et cetera, et cetera. Microsoft did pull the surprise. And I guess they're seeing what's AI now going to do for Microsoft as we finish up, or get reports for the second quarter. I doubt it's going to do very much, really, to tell you the truth. There might be big about the Activision Blizzard purchase, which has now gotten everybody's okay, I believe. So whether that closes or not, yet to be determined. So we still got some stuff out there that are going to be like, what's going on? But we'll see what the market's intent here is and what they're really going to start to do. So what can we look for tomorrow? If it is ABC A, ABC B, we're looking for a C wave. That's where these come in. And again, let me just try to clean that up a little bit. That one doesn't matter. This one matters. That one, yeah, that one could matter as well. That one won't. That one won't. That one, that one, that one, and looking for that C wave, and C wave should not come down too far. But we'll include it just in case, because I think if I don't, oops, do 1.618, actually even 1.618 shouldn't come in. But I'll leave it out there and let's see what it looks like before I take it off. That one breaks that, so I'm going to take that off. And 4508 breaks that, so I'm taking that off. So let's take both of these off, 1.618 and 2.618. We're going to take those off. So here's what we got. C would equal wave A. If this is the A and this is the B, C equals A, 45.40. A little bit below, a little bit above, but that would be the ticket. And then completing 4, and then we start to rally in advance of Wednesday's decision. So I think the market's already baking in that it's looking for 25 basis points. That's what they're looking for. Now, we've already seen some of the auctions this week that are coming off, and the 17 and the 26 week T-bills are now, 5.25. So remember, we said 5 to 5.25. Well, that's where they are. They're 5.25. So we got to start moving 5.25 to 5.5, very possibly. So again, a lot's going to rest. It's been a big week. We don't really have too many numbers again tomorrow. We only have consumer confidence. Then on Wednesday, we don't have anything other than the Fed, and then, but on Thursday, it's a big econ data dump. And just so that you're aware, we have initial jobless, we have durable goods, we have the GDP, and then we have pending home sales. Most of it comes out pre-market. Initial jobless claims, durable goods minus transportation, GDP, advanced report, advanced U.S. trade balance, advanced retail inventories, advanced wholesale inventories. That's all part of that GDP. So we'll see how all of this comes out and plays out, and then see what the market wants to do. But that's after the decision. So again, I think a lot of it is also going to depend on what Powell has to say at his press conference this time around. So here we sit, here we wait. That's the look for tomorrow, if indeed this is an A and this is the B and we're doing a C wave. Now, if not, I'm going to remove that one and we're going to look at this is for 1, 2, 3. So we can do the opposite direction and see what that looks like. Actually, that one might be a little bit lower. They're going to look about the same. 1, 2, 3. We get a little 4. We get a 5. Let's see if that 5 won't push us up to 45.05, maybe even up to 12 or 13. So, the upside looks better to complete rather than zipping back down to here and then attempting the rally all before tomorrow's earnings and then again Wednesday's Fed decision. So, but they could sit right here and do nothing. So there's both sides of the story. If this is 4, then we're looking for this 1, 2. We're looking for 3 to get us maybe up to here, hopefully back above there, complete, put in a small 4, and then rally and get us up into here. I would not be expecting for a whole lot if that 5th wave is going to come in kind of meek, mild, and not really proving anything. So again, I'm going to take that off so we can get a look at it. There's the 4. If it sits, if it's A, B, then we get a C that may bring us down to 45.40. If this is the 4 and this is a 1, this is a 2, and we finish up with the 3rd, that can get us up here closer to the existing high right now, which is 46.09. So I'm looking for maybe to get to 46.10, maybe even a little bit higher. That would be nice. Then we will look for that 4th wave and a 5th to finish. And again, so I'm still in that final phases where I think this all comes to a conclusion and we get all of these finishing waves. So on this way up, we've met all of the profiles for the intermediate C wave. We've met it for the minor fifth wave. And now we're just kind of going through this minute fifth wave. And once all these are finished, then it just goes all the way up the line. So in other words, it's like, well, if this gets up here and we're done and we come back flying back down, then this would be minute 5, minor 5, intermediate C, primary B. So all the rest will have finished already in front of it. So that's the story in the S&P. Moving average is pretty flat, but so was the day. So over in the NASDAQ, not much I can be saying is that, but I really don't like what it's doing. It came down strong, did a rally, and then just started to do threes, three, do nothing. So I'm questioning what all this is. In fact, I can just kind of pull this open. You can see we're looking inside of all this. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was 1. There was 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really? That's 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3, 4, which actually would have come in up here because that's a spike, and then a 5. So do we have a very odd looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And what I can do is we can take a look at the line chart. So we get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not real good looking, pretty strange, but if it was forced, it could probably work. We've only got a 3 up, so who knows? But if it does, so that my point is, it's like if I'm trying to count 5 because I'm trying to figure out, it's like, okay, what is this? Again, bringing this back over. This is pretty, come on, this is pretty clean, and that this is a third. And if anything, if this all starts to break down here, and we got to a low of 483. The please do not cross zone is 432. So we came within $50, and the NASDAQ can clip 50 on or off of its market in a heartbeat. So I was like, okay, so you're going to prove that I got to pull this back down to here, make that the 3. This is the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and it's all done. Guess what? They didn't. So it's staying out there again today. And we'll see what this goes. But this is not looking more as if it's just a correction, like a 4th wave correction. It's really not anymore. It's looking pretty impulsive to the downside until we get right there. So everything was good right up into here, right up into there. And then Friday didn't do us any favors. Then weekend didn't do us any favors. And even in Globex, it didn't do any favors, et cetera, et cetera. But right before the opening, we went down and dipped to that level, and then we rallied, and then we just did nothing for the balance of the day. Very tight range. So there are no changes. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I am leaning towards 3, 4, 5, all done. So, and then this would be placing the first wave down. So while the S&P still has the potential to go up towards 46.27-ish, up into that area where the resistance lies, this gets back maybe up to here or a little bit higher, but would not be expected to come up and make another new high or get substantially above 16,000. That's also a possibility. So again, I'm going to have to, right now, I got to let this play out a little bit more. So what can I look for in the NASDAQ tomorrow? If it's continuing to decline, then I really kind of got to go up and see what this all begins to look like in terms of done, and we're coming off, because there would be a minor 5 up here. And then it would be, there's so much being completed that where do I start to draw my lines for what comes next? So even here, we begin to just kind of drift too far away from what should be going on. We came down close to 618. 618 actually still does not break there, but boy, it just gets too close. 15,445, and this is 32. It's too close for comfort. And wave 4 would be way out of alignment with wave 2. But I need that break to disqualify it and to switch it. Until it does that, I got to see what the market wants to do first. And I'm sorry to say. So we continue to have support at 15,445, and then it breaks real quick down to 15,000. This may provide some support, but not enough to stop it and to bounce it strong enough. So, for a stronger upside move. So if it starts to break down here, this is all done, and we're just going to go into a stronger breakdown. We may have bounces, which we are, but they aren't going to show up as any strength in our market. So for right now, I'm just kind of leaving everything the way it is to see how this all plays out, what the market wants to do. Right now, we got Tesla jumping back. Tesla had like an $18 range today. They hated it this morning, and then somebody decided to go, nope, we want it, we want it, we want it. And they've done nothing, and they continue to buy it after hours. So that'll give it a little boost. They'll start buying this stuff back again. NVIDIA, same deal. Started at a bad morning, then they rallied it. They managed to kind of keep it right around the close right now. Netflix, same deal, ends in the green after being stomped on most of the day. So that's what happened to a lot of the stocks today, including Apple, which managed to close back up after being down. So they're still pushing stuff around. I noticed that they're still, I believe, doing a little bit. I'm not sure how it ended up on the day, but it appeared that at some point they were doing a more of that dispersion trade. Now, one chart that I want to show you that I find a little bit interesting is the Dow. I wonder what the Dow needs to do. Get up to there, because if I open this up, let's move it out to the daily. Here we got the same deal, right? That is the all-time high. Is it? 2022. Right there. And either this all is a 3, and that's a 4, and that's a 1, 2, and then this is going to be the 3 and a 4 and a 5. And the Dow takes us all the way up, and it creates a new high. While the other markets do or don't, it's so much going on. But this is 30 stocks versus 500 in the S&P versus 100 in the NASDAQ versus 2,500 in the Russell. The Russell ends up slightly on the day. So again, even if this is 5 and 5 and all the rest of the good stuff, and this is the A wave, primary A, primary B, and it does kind of go out there. Let me go out one more and go to the weekly. There's our all-time, all the way up here. So this is that first primary A wave down, and that's A of B, B of B. That's what I meant to say, folks. And now we're in that C wave as well here. So that's not going to here. Got to get this right. So this is just the Dow, which some people like it. Some people don't want to waste their time with the Dow. And if we go down to here, and we're still 35, 714, 618. We're almost right there. Equality is 38, and that takes us above to an irregular situation. Dow can do it, and Dow can do it all by itself, to be honest with you. Although S&P and the others are close, 2008, 2009, Dow did it all by itself. And then we know the result of that. So are we heading up there again? They're going to go do it again. Like we got to go buy all these stocks, et cetera, et cetera. And so got to all let it play out. And then just because I'm just going to take a look at the Russell. I think I could put the E wave right there. It's not tumbling out, which is what you're going to look for. So I may have one more challenge at trying to get above 2,000. One more challenge. That high on Friday was 2007. So it did get up there, but one more challenge of trying to get up and surpass it. Otherwise, it should be, sorry, it should be tumbling and start to head lower. And to me, the triangle pattern is complete. My lines are getting, so when I open it up to the weekly chart, everything gets all skewed up. Here in the daily, we got everything in alignment according to contracts. So I'm going to leave it right there. We could possibly get one more little push. Daily chart does suggest that that's exactly what we can get. A 1, 2, that was the, or 3, 4, maybe, or this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get one more. And that would be along with the S&P. That would be along with the NASDAQ. If they can all get it going and let's all do it together, boom, get up there, be done, and boom, we're going to go as a group of indexes. Any case, I'm going to finish it up there. So for tomorrow, no real numbers. Just double check because we do have consumer confidence at 10 a.m. Could be a market mover, but in the past, it's kind of been ignored. Let's see what they want to do. We see an improvement. They may latch onto that and decide to be bullish about it, but we'll see. Our next update will be on Tuesday, July the 25th even.